What if everything you know about motivation is wrong? This isn't just a provocative question. For decades, we've operated under a set of assumptions about what drives human behavior. These assumptions have shaped our workplaces, our schools, and our personal lives. But recent research is turning these ideas on their head. The old model of motivation was simple: reward good behavior, punish bad behavior. This carrot and stick approach seemed logical and was easy to implement. But in today's complex, creative economy, this approach is not just ineffective, it can be harmful. It can stifle creativity, encourage short-term thinking, and even lead to unethical behavior. The new science of motivation tells a different story. It reveals that human beings have an innate drive to learn, to create, and to better ourselves. This drive is what psychologists call intrinsic motivation. It's not about external rewards or punishments. It's about the inherent satisfaction of the activity itself. Understanding this new science of motivation is crucial. It can help us create more engaging workplaces, lead to more effective educational systems, and help us tap into our own inner drive. The journey to understanding motivation is a journey to understanding ourselves. The Industrial Revolution brought a seismic shift. Frederick Winslow Taylor, the father of scientific management, saw workers as parts in a machine. His approach was simple: break tasks into small parts, pay workers for each part completed. This piece-rate system was motivation reduced to its most basic form. It was efficient, but it ignored the complexity of human psychology. The early 20th century saw the rise of behaviorism, focusing on observable behaviors. This reinforced the carrot-and-stick approach to motivation, dominating management thinking for decades. But cracks began to appear in this model as workers in repetitive jobs became disengaged, and creative professionals chafed under rigid reward systems. A new generation of psychologists began to explore the role of internal drives and cognitive processes, setting the stage for a revolution in our understanding of motivation.
Section 4. The 3 pillars of intrinsic motivation: autonomy, mastery, and purpose. Autonomy is the first pillar of intrinsic motivation. It's about having control over what you do, when you do it, how you do it, and who you do it with. In the workplace, this might mean flexible hours or the freedom to choose projects. At home, it could be setting your own goals and methods for personal growth. Autonomy doesn't mean complete independence, it means having meaningful choice within a structure.
Mastery is the second pillar. It's the desire to get better at something that matters. This drive is deeply human and is about the satisfaction of continuous improvement.
Purpose, the third pillar, connects our actions to something larger than ourselves. It's the why behind what we do. Purpose can be grand, like working to cure a disease, or more personal, like supporting your family. The key is that it transcends self-interest and gives meaning to our efforts.
These 3 pillars work together to create powerful intrinsic motivation. When all 3 are present, we're not just motivated. We're engaged, fulfilled, and performing at our best. The power of context. Environmental and social influences on motivation. While intrinsic factors like autonomy, mastery, and purpose are crucial, our environment and social context play significant roles in shaping our motivation. Let's start with the physical environment. A well-organized, aesthetically pleasing workspace can enhance focus and productivity, while a cluttered, chaotic environment can have the opposite effect. Natural light, ergonomic furniture, and even the colors in a room can influence our mood and motivation levels. Then there's the social environment. The people around us, family, friends, colleagues, can either boost or drain our motivation. Positive reinforcement, constructive feedback, and a supportive community create a fertile ground for motivation to flourish. On the other hand, toxic relationships and negative social dynamics can stifle motivation and lead to burnout. Social norms and cultural values also shape what we find motivating. In some cultures, collective goals and community well-being are highly motivating, while in others, individual achievement and personal success take precedence. Understanding these cultural nuances can help tailor motivational strategies to different contexts. Even the digital environment affects our motivation. Social media, online communities, and digital tools can either be distractions or powerful motivators, depending on how we use them. Setting boundaries and curating our digital spaces can help us stay focused and motivated. By being mindful of our physical, social, and digital environments, we can create conditions that support and enhance our intrinsic motivation. This holistic approach ensures that we're not just relying on internal factors, but also leveraging external influences to stay motivated and engaged. The power of routine. The role of habits in sustaining motivation. While understanding the psychological, environmental, and biological factors that drive motivation is essential, it's equally important to consider the role of habits in maintaining it. Habits are the routines and practices that we perform almost automatically. They can be powerful allies in our quest for sustained motivation. Let's start with the science of habit formation. Habits are formed through a process known as the habit loop, which consists of a cue, a routine, and a reward. The cue triggers the behavior, the routine is the behavior itself, and the reward is the positive reinforcement that follows. Over time, this loop becomes ingrained in our brains, making the behavior automatic. Creating positive habits can help us maintain motivation even when our initial enthusiasm wanes. For example, setting a specific time each day to exercise, write, or work on a project can turn these activities into habits. The key is to start small and be consistent. Even a 5-minute daily practice can grow into a significant habit over time. Breaking bad habits is equally important for sustaining motivation. Identifying the cues that trigger unwanted behaviors and replacing them with positive routines can help us stay on track. For instance, if checking social media is a distraction, replacing it with a quick walk or a brief meditation session can help maintain focus and motivation. Accountability can also play a crucial role in habit formation. Sharing your goals with friends, family, or a supportive community can provide the encouragement and accountability needed to stick with new habits. Tracking progress and celebrating small wins can reinforce positive behaviors and keep motivation high. By understanding and leveraging the power of habits, we can create a stable foundation for sustained motivation. This approach ensures that we're not just relying on fleeting bursts of inspiration, but building long-lasting routines that support our goals and aspirations. Now, let's delve into the biological underpinnings of motivation and explore how neurotransmitters influence our drive and determination. Section 5. The brain on motivation. Neurotransmitters and biological factors. Motivation isn't just a psychological phenomenon, it has a biological basis in our brains. At the heart of this biological motivation system is dopamine. Dopamine is often called the reward chemical, but it's actually about anticipation and drive. It's released not when we achieve a goal, but when we're pursuing it. This explains why the chase is often more exciting than the catch. The dopamine system evolved to motivate survival behaviors. It drove our ancestors to seek food, shelter, and mates. In our modern world, it still drives us to check our smartphones, play video games, or achieve work goals. Understanding dopamine helps explain why some tasks are more motivating than others. Activities with clear goals, immediate feedback, and a sense of progress tap into this system effectively. But dopamine isn't the whole story. Other neurotransmitters play important roles too. Serotonin influences our sense of well-being and social status. Norepinephrine affects our arousal and attention. Oxytocin, the bonding hormone, influences our social motivations. Understanding both the psychology and biology of motivation helps us design environments and practices that work with our natural motivational systems, not against them.
First, seek autonomy. Look for ways to increase your control over your tasks, time, technique, and team. If you're a manager, try giving your employees more freedom in how they work. If you're a student or individual, try setting your own learning goals and methods. Narrator, media, students setting their own learning goals and methods. Section 6, Practical Strategies, Unlocking Your Motivational Potential. Understanding the science of motivation is one thing, applying it is another. Here are some practical strategies to enhance your motivation.
Next, focus on mastery. Break large goals into smaller, manageable steps. This creates a sense of progress, which is crucial for motivation. Set Goldilocks tasks. Not too hard, not too easy, but just right. Regularly reflect on your progress and celebrate small wins.
Purpose is perhaps the most powerful motivator. Connect your daily tasks to your larger goals and values. Even mundane tasks can be infused with purpose, turning work into meaningful contributions.